You know, when I ask CEOs or presidents of organizations or even the individuals in those organizations what they're working on a quarter by quarter basis or annually, I often get these really generic responses. Let me show you why that's a problem. I just had such a fun weekend. Now, I started my weekend on Thursday. I took a long one, but my daughter had track and field, and one of the benefits of the work I do is I'm able to take that time and spend it with my daughter. And so I went to the track and field event, and it was so fun to watch these 25, 30, 35 grade 3 kids compete in these events, whether it was the 100-meter run or the 500-meter run or running long jump. Now, my daughter was really focused on long jump. She wanted to get better. So we took her to the track last week, and she practiced and she practiced and she practiced. We practiced in our backyard. We were thrilled when she won a ribbon in this event. But the key here was that she picked this one specific area that was focused and it was measurable, and she could work on that and improve. So when I hear these generic responses from my clients and my prospects, I don't let them get away with that. It's not right. We need to be more specific and we need to be more focused. Now, my weekend was awesome because we also had my gym's annual event at a winery, and it's been raining for days. So we were pushing barrels through mud. We were doing sit-ups in the mud. We were doing squats holding this giant, wet, soggy log, but it was an absolute riot. The week leading up to the event, we tested. And what we tested was things that we had been working on over the past few months, whether it was a max deadlift or whether it was a 100-meter ski sprint. And by the way, I crushed my 100-meter ski sprint. In fact, I saw personal bests in almost everything I did. And the interesting thing was almost everybody saw the same results. Everybody, because we had 4 or 5 things that we were truly focused on. And those efforts were measurable, and we could manage them and we could work on them day in and day out. And that's why you need to get specific. So I want you to think about your business. Think about things you're working on. Think about your goals. Think about your objectives. Think about the things you're saying. Are you just saying, we want to get better at customer retention or nurturing our customer relationships? Well, what does that mean? What's the tangible? What's the specific? And what's the desired outcome? How are you going to measure that you're actually getting better? And that's why I won't let my clients and my prospects get away with those generic answers. I help them dig deep and truly figure out what's the core thing we want to get better here, and more importantly, what's the result to you. If you can't measure it, then it's really hard to know if anything you're doing is having any sort of impact. So that's your key for this week. I want you to think about that. Think about things you've been putting off. Think about some of your objectives this year. Are they truly defined, or are they just kind of generic? You want to get specific. And if you can do that, you might just take home the ribbon. We'll see you next week.